everybody, this is Tracy here with another edition of Too Wrong for Love, Season 1, Episode 2. For last week's episode. So what this is actually going to be is just a little quick video to kind of talk about last week, and then I will follow up with episode 3 video because I had said I wasn't going to recap the show, that it was just too stupid. But then I watched it last night and I said, oh, you know, it is really not that bad. And before I get started, if you're watching the video and you are not a subscriber to the channel, I'm asking that you please subscribe to the channel because there are some changes that are taking place with YouTube that will negatively impact those of us who have less than 1,000 subscribers. So we're trying to get those numbers up, and I can't do it without your help. And I also, if you want to comment, feel free to comment on the videos and rate the video, whether you like it or dislike it. Hopefully you like the videos. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So in last week's episode, there were a couple of things that happened that kind of like really bothered me, which made me say I wasn't going to recap the show. One of them had to do with Gina Neely, who's the one that had the cooking show before, and she was married for 20 years. Now she's divorced. Well, Miss Neely seems to have like a major attitude going on. And so the ladies were getting ready to go out on a adventure for the day, and I really don't remember where they were going. But they went out, and she decided that she didn't want to associate with the women because she thought they were too loud and too ghetto, and they just weren't up to her standards. So she was going to stay back at the house and, you know, kind of like just feeling herself. And I'm thinking, like, you agreed to be on the show. You wanted to be a part of this process of finding love, but you can't be staying cooped up in the house and not wanting to socialize with the other women. And then the other thing that just like really bothered me was Mercedes. So Mercedes and Ashley, so the way the show is set up, like each week they go out on these excursions where Diane Valentine is introducing them to these Italian men that are prospective love interests. And so when they went on that outing, one of the people that Mercedes was introduced to, he was this cute little boy. Now, actually, she wasn't even introduced to the guy. She didn't like the guy that she was talking to, and she spotted this guy across the room, and he had like the man bun, and then the hair was shaved off on the sides. And so she actually asked Diane to introduce her to this guy. So they make the little connection. Her and the guy hit it off. So the guy had told her that he was only 22 years old, and she had already made up in her mind that he was too young for her, that she needed a man that was her age or older, and I think she's 25 years old. So then the next thing he did was, you know, she claims that she is this Christian and she believes in God, and I think she actually had a confessional where she said that she was praying to God, asking him, that she knows prayer works because she prayed to God as a teenager, and God came through with her triple D boobs that she had. And I was just like, what an airhead. So when she's talking to the guy, after he told her that he was only 22 years old, he told her that he didn't believe in Jesus. So she said that that was strike number 2, and that was such a turn off because she wants a man that's a Christian and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, no man is going to be perfect. Like, we're not perfect. As women, we're not perfect. And when men get with us, there's things about us that they have to decide whether or not they can live with or live without when they're making their decision to date us. And we have to be the same way. Like, is this so important that it's a deal breaker? And then we also have to keep an open mind that every day is an opportunity for growth and every day is an opportunity for change. So if you are being this wonderful Christian and you're going to church and you're praying and everything, what makes you think that that isn't going to wear off on him? Because nobody's born a Christian. Nobody's born believing in God. That's learned behavior. That's something that we're taught. So just like somebody taught you that Jesus was the way, the truth, and the light, maybe you can reflect that over on the man that you meet who may not be a Christian already. But that aside, Mercedes and Ashley decided that they were going to go out with the guy. He invited them to this mixer or some kind of party. And so they go to the party. They're having a real good time. They're drinking. And I think on the way to the party, the guy told her that he actually still lives with his parents. So then she was in the confessional like, okay, wait, he's 22, doesn't believe in God, and he still lives with his parents. Like, is that strike 3? No, that wasn't strike 3, Mercedes. There was actually a strike 4, and you were the one that hit the ball out into the left field, somewhere up in the stands and the bleachers on the left side of the field. So they're at the party. They're having a good time when Ashley looks over, because remember, she's the third wheel. Ashley looks over and spot the brothers. So I guess these chicks did not realize that black people live in Rome. Like, it never crossed their mind. So she taps Ashley, you know, who's grooving with the guy, and tells her, look over here, look what I see over there. So when Mercedes looks over and see all these black men, she's like, oh, snap, now the party is on. So they lead the poor boy up on the stage where they got like the VIP section, go down to the black guys, and they out there dancing, bumping and grinding, shaking, dropping, and everything else, just totally disrespectful. So the guy comes in search of his date for the evening, and then he walks over, and just the look of disappointment on his face when he saw her all grinding on that brother. And I'm just like, did y'all not come all the way to Rome because y'all said the brothers in America wasn't acting right? So now y'all had to go find y'all an Italian man that was going to treat y'all right and give y'all what y'all need. So I was just so disappointed with Mercedes in that scene. I was just like, girl, you're not looking for love. That's not looking for love. That you don't treat another person the way that she treated that guy, because you wouldn't want a guy to treat you that way. Because what if you were out on a date with a guy and he went over and started partying with some other women? You would feel negative this big if a guy treated you that way. And so the women, I don't know, they just some real ghetto, wretched, petty women. And one thing, I was talking to a friend of mine about the show, and another thing that I noticed about them is that they have these illusions of what they think love is about, and it's some same illusions that they have over here in America that's keeping them from finding relationships over here. And each and every one of them not possess, but they're living up to stereotypes about black women and why black women are unsuccessful in dating. So you got Miss Gina, who is very elitist, thinks she's better than everybody else, thinks she's above everybody. You got Mercedes, who's just a hood rat. Well, her and Ashley, both hood rats. But Mercedes is a hood rat in the sense that she doesn't know how to treat people. Ashley is a hood rat into the sense that she is just so loose and so wild, and she give off vibes that she's easy. And so she's the girl that guys aren't going to take serious about dating. She's the girl that guys will take home and want to screw and not talk to anymore. And then Nikita, you know, she's the heavyset black woman who has low self-esteem and doesn't think she's good enough to be loved. And who else is, and then Shay. Shay is very outgoing, very self-confident, And that sometimes is a turnoff to men, you know, because they want to be leaders, and Shay don't give them a chance to talk, don't give them a chance. She's telling them what she wants and what she expects. And then she has like this checklist in her mind that if you don't meet all this criteria, she don't have time for you anyway. And then she's so busy trying to impress people that she's really coming off looking real stupid at times. And so I just think that before Diane can introduce them and have them appreciate these men that she's, you know, trying to hook them up with, she needs to do some counseling with these women. And most of them, you know, I've said this in the introduction video, like they are just so caught up in their accomplishments and, you know, the schools they graduated from, the fact that they have degrees, the fact that they belong to the AKAs and the Deltas and they have their own business. Like they're so caught up with that they don't understand that when you take all that away, that there's still an individual there who has likes, who has dislikes, who has isms, schisms, and everything else that the other person has to get to know and has to deal with. And if you're not attending to that, and if you're not dealing with your mental health situation and your past relationships and how those relationships affected you and how they mold the decisions that you make, it doesn't matter if you have all these accomplishments, you're still not going to have what you're looking for, because at the end of the day, you are who you are. You're not a piece of paper hanging up on the wall. You're not the color of clothes that you wear. You're not pearls around your neck. You are a human being that has emotions, that has highs, lows, good, bad. You know, you're a compilation of your past, and so they really need to check themselves. And I just really don't know how this all is going to work out, because they are exhausting the audience. I mean, the people in the comment sections are just like, oh my God, like, are they serious? Well, not the comments, but on Twitter, you know, because everybody be tweeting during the shows. But I don't know how this is going to work out. I really, really don't. But anyway, I didn't want to like recap the whole show. I just wanted to touch on those topics just to do a short video before I go and do episode 3. So I hope you come back for episode 3 and follow along and let me know what you think about To Roam for Love. Is it a hit or miss? Leave your comments below. Rate the video. And please, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.